What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, AT giving another reaction, and today, TommyNFG dropped the video, and we about to get to that reaction. Y'all know it's grind month right now. The goal is 400 subscribers by the end of the month, so I'm in extra grind mode right now. I'm trying to keep posting every day, sometimes multiple times a day. But before we get into that, if you're not sub to all my social medias, my links are down in the description. If y'all go sub to all my social medias, I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The more y'all sub up to everything, hit that like button and everything, it really helps. But let's see what he's talking about today. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a good day. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going crazy in Sparking Zero. I didn't play ranked till later on. I was trying, you know what I'm saying, get right. And so far, I think I lost one game so far. I don't know how many I won, but I'm that guy. So like I said, y'all trying to run, add me on PSN. My PSN is Aaron the King too. But let's get to the video. All right, y'all, this is TommyNFG, the goofy world of influencer politics. I can't speak, but let's get to it. I don't really be into politics that much. I try to stay away from that because I don't know, bro. But let's get to it.
American politics is easily one of the most ferocious, cruel, and feral careers to dip into. On one end, you have to act like the most joyous and empathetic leader to your party, and make sure to let your supporters know you'll never let them down. And on the other end, once you actually win, respond to all your supporters who are mad you never fulfilled any of your promises. Now, growing up, I never really cared about politics because I was child. Like nowadays, there be kids that be caring about political issues, bro. Go have a childhood, little bro. Play some Fortnite and eat lunch leaf while watching the Hawk 2 podcast like a regular Gen Alpha kid. And while growing up watching YouTubers, you never really heard their political view because no one really cared. Like, we're trying to watch an entertaining video and not watch the news. But recently, in the past couple of years, especially now since the election as we're recording this is a month away, a lot of influencers all of a sudden have been becoming political and are letting everyone know who they're sliding for. Whether they're right wing, left wing, Red Bull gives you wings. It's almost as if influencers who pick their gang now have to defend the presidential candidate like they're
Aiden had Donald Trump on his stream. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sees you supporting them as you saying you basically support everything they do. But the main question I had is, why is this happening all of a sudden? I mean, it's not like social media just blew up this year. We've had a solid 4 elections of it being mainstream. And it hasn't been as much influence or outward support for politics, I would say, up until this year. So I want to get started from when Biden got elected. When Biden got elected, all of social media flew apart, happy that the tyranny of Trump for years was finally over. I'm not saying that was my view, but that was the universal view from people online. Plus, he was kinda coming out of the most controversial presidency, and COVID just wasn't a good look to people.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or...
Then it was kind of chill. I feel like you didn't hear much about Biden's whole
no good, no bad
run up until 2022 when inflation started to clap the cheeks of everyone. And you saw videos of him constantly stuttering at speeches, falling down 4 steps of stairs. Then slowly, one by one, you started to see more and more celebrities, influencers, or whatever say their support for Trump. Which is when a split started to happen online between the influencers who supported Biden/Kamala and the influencers who supported Trump. And the reason I think all of this random Trump support from influencers started to happen was because between 2016 to 2021, like, let's be honest with ourselves here, alright? If you showed even a lick of support for Trump as a celebrity, influencer, or whatever back then, you could call quits on your career at that moment. Like, I remember when Kanye started supporting him, and holy this man was the punching bag for the rest of the year. He still ain't recovered. He lost potential sponsorships and all of his celebrity friends. Which, I know he lost sponsorships. You're a person that gets so mad at your friend for their political view that you stop being friends with them, you're a loser and immature.
You know what? I look, don't agree with that, bro. It depends on how they are. Some people are extreme with it. You know what I mean? Some people aren't. And me personally, I don't even have a view like that. But if you start saying some wild stuff around me, bro, you know what I mean? Political or not, whatever. If it's wild to me, like too wild, I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off, bro.
As can be. And I feel like Kanye was the example to influencers who
I don't know what Kanye did that was bad, but some people.
But when people had things to actually complain about Biden and saw how bad he was doing, some influencers finally felt like it was time and comfortable coming out of the Trump closet. You had the Nelk Boys do a podcast with him, Logan Paul do a podcast with him, Aiden Ross do a stream collab with him, and more influencers that no one really cares about Bryce Hall, I guess. Then for the
wow.
Kamala side, I feel like as soon as Biden got booted out and Kamala was in, that's when the influencer support started to pour out. You had Hassan Piker showing support for her. The Call Her Daddy podcast, which if you don't know is the #1 women's podcast. You had Taylor Swift, which, whew, that's one person Trump should have not made an enemy if he wanted to get white girl votes. Supporting Kamala in a full Instagram post. Megan Thee Stallion supporting her own way. Actually, I might just vote for Kamala. That's all it takes for me. Anyways, the theory on why all of these influencers are all of a sudden becoming political experts is because they're getting paid a bag to do it. And I'm not talking about just one side doing it. I'm talking about both sides. Nowadays, both of the parties know the only way to tap into the youth vote is by being active on what the youth is actually on. Both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have TikTok.
Dang, he got a beat.
Because wasn't both of these just trying to ban it? I swear the only reason TikTok is still up is because the election is around the corner and they need the youth to vote. As soon as someone gets sworn in, that brain rot app is getting decimated. I hope y'all know that. An example is when recently Kai Cenat was complaining that the Secret Service somehow got his number and started spam calling him to do a stream with Kamala Harris.
What?
Now, obviously this is all rumors and all and nothing's confirmed. But even if it is true,
that would be crazy, bro.
Kai Cenat and Kamala Harris gonna do on a stream? Get sturdy and get phantom tax? As soon as this Kamala gets dropped, her team came with the quickness, immediately denying that this happened. But the thing is, in the clip, he never mentioned which political party reached out to him. He just said a political party did. And Trump's team never spoke on it. So they ironically outed themselves as being the ones to do it by
that would be crazy.
And that would be an odd thing to lie about. Like, what do you gain from that other than the government now having a target on your back for lying? For the Trump side of things, it's also basically the same thing. Tana Monaco, oh god, I still can't pronounce her name right. Alleged that she was offered millions of dollars to support a certain political party.
Millions?
And that she was given a list of influencers who are ready.
Millions of dollars to support a political party? I would be like, yo, just hand me my hat, you know what I mean? We gonna do what we gotta do. It's like,
he took the money. And I know, she's not known as the most
who is that though?
Person online.
I don't know who that is.
Me with a toothbrush.
But once again, what would be the point of lying about this other than having a target on your back for the rest of your life from the government? She already showed her support for Kamala online and said she's voting for her. So we can assume that the Trumpster and his team was behind this. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is true. With both of these sides, especially at their rallies, you see the most random pop up out of nowhere. You telling me Megan Thee Stallion can help with the political and economic state of the world by throwing it back? The only thing she's helping is me getting bricked on a lone dirt.
I'm pretty sure Kamala's in the lead with the vote, something like that. So it might be working, bro. You know what I mean? It might be
you're telling me Bryce Hall can help with
the I know that is
economic state of the world? The last thing I remember about this is him getting knocked out. Some of these people have never even mentioned a lick of their political views before. Like Lil Pump has got to be the most random one. This man was literally known as being one of the most sped rappers to ever exist, and all of a sudden is a die-hard Trump fan and getting him tattooed on his thigh. Now, do I think every influencer that's publicly supporting their candidate is getting paid? Bro. No, but I do know one thing. Even if they aren't actually getting paid by them, if their candidate wins, they gain a whole lot from it. Think of it, I mean, even if they commit the most heinous crimes known to man, the president could just simply pardon them for being loyal to them. And I didn't know this until now, but if the president wanted to, they can pardon someone who's a serial killer. I'd be damned if my loved one died and the killer gets pardoned because the president with them. Wonder if they thought that was through when writing the Constitution. Like, Trump most notably pardoned Lil Wayne and Kodak Black right before he left. And Lil Wayne was gonna get 10 years. So no wonder he's supporting. I don't remember that. And whoever supported the president is definitely about to get the best tax benefits of all time. All they gotta do is sit there and be like,
man, don't even worry about these. You're not paying nothing. We'll just make everyone else pay it and send it to Israel.
That's the
that would be crazy, bro.
You can't tell me that presidents don't be doing that on the low. I think that's why Elon Musk has actually been riding Trump for the past year. Like, this man just isn't a Trump supporter. He's a Trump soldier. Trump could tell him to get on his knees and suck him off at the rally, and without a heartbeat, he's doing it. This man is one of the richest people in the world, if not the richest. I know for a fact he gets mad when he sees how much he owes in taxes. And Trump is known as the one president who said, "F all these taxes, we're not paying them anymore." So I think this is what he thought. He had the choice between the woman who says she's going to charge him more if she gets elected, or the guy who said he's going to charge him less. And well, you can tell. You can tell who he picked.
Yep.
One president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs.
Oh, he throwing shots?
Who was fist pumping after getting shot.
He finna send a robot that dumb.
Fight, fight, fight!
The issues that pop up when these
kinda
influencers endorse somebody is when they actually get to talking about politics. They have no clue what they're saying. Like with politics, you have to know what you're saying is 100% confirmed, or you're just gonna look like an idiot to the masses. Which is why I really don't speak on it. I mean, I have my views. I might say a thing or two I agree or disagree with, but I'm not loyal to anyone. And even then, later on, it could turn out that the info you had was fake or false, and you end up looking stupid. But that might be given too much leeway about how much they care about it. Like, I highly doubt Aiden Ross is looking into Trump's policies and the intricacy of it. And I highly doubt Megan Thee Stallion is looking into Kamala's policies.
You don't know that.
Intricacy of it. I think politicians actually know how dumb Gen Z is, and that's why they're focusing on
it's all
because
tactics,
it may not
strategies.
be you, but there's people out there that whenever they hear who their favorite celeb, influencer, artist, or whoever is voting for, they'll immediately vote for the same person just because they said it. Like in the Aiden Ross and Trump stream, Aiden brings up Young Thug and how he's being treated, and then Trump talks about how Young Thug is being treated unfairly and that he's got to be treated fairly. Like, what does Trump know about Young Thug? He was not bumping lifestyle.
He might have been.
That statement single-handedly is gonna get in the hood who have never voted a lick of their life to vote for Trump. You just know for a fact either Aiden or someone on his team told him to mention Young Thug because that's what the cool kids listen to. And it's a smart move because that's all it takes from our generation nowadays. And that post of Taylor Swift supporting Kamala Harris is gonna have every white girl in the nation voting for her. Same with Megan Thee Stallion, except she actually recorded a whole video with her, so that's gonna check off every black girl vote in the nation. It's kind of sad to think how stupid our generation is with politics. Like back then, they went out to civil protest and may have disagreed with each other. But nowadays, no matter which side you pick, you go to war with half the internet. College campuses are a war zone nowadays. People fighting 24/7. And it's funny because in the time back then when racial tensions and sexist tensions were much more ingrained in the country, when they talked about these issues, it was somehow more civil than it is now. It's also super cringe to me when an influencer says who they support and a person goes, ugh, I can no longer support you anymore. Okay, then leave. We don't need a farewell message. That's the most immature.
Facts though, like you mean something.
Like, bro, it is never that deep. You don't even fully know why they support that person. It doesn't mean they support everything. Like most people have family that have different political views. Are you gonna completely cut them off just because of that? Just why most influencers choose not to be political because it just alienates half your audience. Even if you support just a couple things about the person, people are gonna assume you support everything, which is why I respect influencers who choose not to get involved, especially when they don't know much. And if the rumors are true about a bag and you're getting potentially offered millions to join but you choose not to, that's even more respectful to me, because most people take that back. Like Kai Cenat, for example, didn't want to do the stream with Kamala because he said he doesn't know about politics. I'll take this. And a lot more of these celebs got to take that note. I'm gonna be honest. Look, at the end of the day, I really don't care who an influencer is supporting, and neither should you. And I'm not saying influencers shouldn't show their support for whoever they believe in, but please, for the love of God, take a grain of salt with every political view you hear from an influencer to make your own decisions. It's getting real rough out here for me to have hope in us. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Alright, man. Shout out, go sub the TommyNFG's page immediately. Y'all heard the man. Y'all gotta stop this doing whatever people say, bro. Y'all gotta do your own information, you know what I mean? It's crazy, like a lot of people don't really know. And I'm some people, you know, I don't really know a lot going on. But it's really a serious topic and we need to lock in. So with that being said, I'm about to log into Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and I'm about to play some matches. So if y'all not subbed to sub and the like button, you know what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all day's going today. Tell me how y'all day's been, you know what I'm saying? I want to check up on y'all. Y'all having a great day. What y'all having dinner, all that. Hit that sub button, go for the sub by the end of the month. Hit that like button too. It helps a lot. It's your boy TK. We out here.